Hey everyone, this is Unlock24 and welcome to the Deck Creator Episode 1. And what we're going to do in this series is we're going to take your screenshots and we're going to make a deck out of it. And this is the first submission that I've received, and we're going to be trying to make a competitive deck out of it. Now, this is the first screenshot that we got, and this is the cards. If you want to go ahead and take a snapshot or if you want to memorize what the cards are, I'll go quickly through each screenshot that we got and we received, and we'll be trying to make a deck out of it. So that's the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. And what we did with the screenshots is, since the user or the person that sent me the screenshot said that he wanted a competitive deck, so I'm gonna be focusing more on a competitive and not anything casual or anything like that. All right. So these are the screenshots. This is his current deck, and I'm not gonna go ahead and try to fix his deck. I'm gonna create a whole new deck out of the cards that he's or out of the screenshots that he sent me. So let's go ahead and go and open our Duel Links. We already have it open. I'll just switch to it. And this is the deck we ended up creating. So in order for it to be competitive, I know he said he wanted something to have maybe relinquished wise. But the thing is, without the Monjuice and the Sonics, what you'll end up just doing is you'll just end up getting dead relinquishes and dead spells with the ritual spell. And in order for this deck to be competitive, I've maximized the kind of the potential of you drawing every live hand. And out of those screenshots, this is the deck that I came out with. And basically, it's just a beatdown deck. Because if you've seen the screenshots, it's very limited, and it seems like this player hasn't been playing for a long time. And I do recommend this player to go ahead and start in grinding with Mai so he can get the Windstorm, because the Windstorm will help this deck out a lot. Now, obviously, we chose the Ladybug because in the current format, he's extremely good. It can destroy a ton of Rex Raptors. Well, all of them actually, because they're all level 4. And the Hane is a good card that he had. And then everything else is a beat stick. And the way that this deck is going to work is just going to beat down and activate the Wonder Balloons as soon as possible, or when you have them. That way you can beat over everything. And the user did not have a D-Spell, but D-Spell is extremely easy to get. All you have to do is get Kaiba to level 2, and I think Yugi to level 2 as well. So I want to get ahead and added it for flexibility. And whenever you play against Rexes, you do really want to get their field spell out as soon as possible, and that'll get you to an even playing field. As most of the dinos and everything, they're all 1600, and everything in this deck is over six. It's at least 16 or over it. And once you get a balloons out, then you should be able to beat any monster that gets out there. And the I'm actually included the magical arm shield because he's extremely good. And if your opponent goes first, that's kind of. And if you're playing against a Rex Raptor or the Mako deck, it acts as a mirror force. And whenever you take a Geogen and attack it to another Geogen or a Dino or anything like that, and then the traps that he had a very limited amount of traps, and I went on the reinforcement of the armies just to it gives you that beatdown aspect of the deck, and he did have one trap jammer. Now, eventually, I suggest that he tries to pull a second trap jammer, as trap jammer is extremely good, and as there's really nothing out there that counters traps yet. So this is the deck. I'll go ahead and leave a demo gameplay of me playing this deck in rank. I would see this deck going all the way maybe to gold, maybe 3 or 4, and I think that would be the most that it'll get to without maybe purchasing some cards from the shop or grinding for cards from the players. So it does need a Windstorm, and I do suggest that this player grinds with mine, gets the Windstorm, and it could use maybe I think just the Windstorm would work with this deck. And if he gets lucky and maybe gets some other traps from maybe gets another magical arm or maybe gets another trap jammer, that will help this deck a lot. A Twister wouldn't hurt either. So for now, this is the deck that I think it's the best deck that you can make out of the cards that this user has, and I think it's the best competitive deck out of that. Now, adding relinquish, like I said, it would be kind of, you don't want to have those dead hands, and taking that relinquish out and taking that aspect, yes, it's good and it's extremely good if you get it out, but it'll be very situational unless you run maybe Bandit Keith and try to switcheroo and try to get it. But other than that, if you run Bandit Keith with this deck, I think you'll have higher chances of winning. As this deck is extremely good, and the skill that I'm using is balance. You don't have to run balance. You can run whatever it is skill that you have, but I do recommend that you do run balance or maybe switcheroo or maybe restart. So the skill will definitely be up to this user as to how he wants to continue. But other than that, I think this is the best deck that you can make out of the cards that he has, and that's gonna be it for today. Well, actually, I will be. This is gonna be a bonus video to today's later video of that competitive deck that I promised. I think it was Sunday for yesterday, but I ended up doing that Gemini because I did get the Gemini deck completed. So here's a demo video. If you have any suggestions or if you want to help this player out, do leave some suggestions down there in the comment. And if you want to go ahead and send me maybe some screenshots of the cards that you have, and maybe try to make me make a deck for you, go ahead and feel to do that. Feel free to do that. I'll go ahead and leave a link of my Gmail, and you can go ahead and send those screenshots to that Gmail. And if you do get chosen, I'll do it next week, most likely on Monday or Tuesday. All right. If you are enjoying the videos, if you do like the content, do subscribe.